Welcome back. Time to go on the docket with attorney John Patrick Dolan as he breaks down all your news legal headlines.
That's right, and today we have a lot of topics that we want to discuss, but first we want to welcome John Patrick Dolan. Thank you so much for joining us on
Good
this
morning, ladies.
Wednesday
Another
morning.
Yes.
Another beautiful day.
Yes.
A little windy out there, but it's going to get nicer, so that's good. We do want to ask you about the Fullerton cop that was accused of beating a woman. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with that.
There's two Fullerton police officers, Manuel Ramos and Jay Ciccinelli. They're accused of beating to death a homeless man by the name of Kelly Thomas. And the real challenge, or the interesting perspective on this case, is that the District Attorney of Orange County, Tony Rackauckas, is actually trying the case. That is virtually unheard of. You won't see Paul Zellerbach here in Riverside County coming into court and trying the case. But it's a very high-profile case. And the other interesting twist on this case is that it's police officers on trial rather than a defendant for using excessive force. Ramos is charged with second-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter. Ciccinelli is charged with involuntary manslaughter. The defense lawyers are saying this guy was completely out of control and they had to use the force necessary in order to subdue him. The district attorney's office is saying this is far beyond what was necessary, and the beating that this young man took caused his death, and it was excessive force, and the officers ought to be held criminally liable. So it's an interesting case, and it's just getting started this week.
Wow, very interesting. Looked like intense video right there. How much does that weigh in as evidence?
It was a huge part of the opening statements. There was a video, and then there's the officer's recorded microphone, and they've linked the two up so that you can hear what the officers are saying as you see what's going on in the video. And the district attorney has put his spin on it that this is excessive force. The defense lawyers have said, no, you can see that this young man completely refuses to cooperate and that the force was necessary. And so the case will play out in Orange County in the next week, and it'll be interesting to see because very high level, very skilled defense lawyer, and of course the district attorney of Orange County.
Wow, well, interesting case. We'll stay on top of that case and see what's going on. We also want to move on to another case. Now, there's a serial killer who actually just committed suicide, Izzy Ocampo. Tell us what's going on with that.
Well, Ocampo was arrested last year, charged with 6 killings, a mother and her son, and then 4 homeless people. Former Marine. It is said that he had an agenda to kill 16 people. Many argue that he was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. What happened was he kept collecting Ajax. They allow inmates in the jail to clean their cell, and he was in an individual cell. Apparently he accumulated a lot of Ajax and ingested it and killed himself. The interesting things that are taking place in this case, of course, the defense lawyer is saying completely irresponsible on the part of the jail and there should be a civil case. The people that are related to the victims are saying this is not right. This guy should have stood trial. He should have had to be held accountable, and now we can't hold him accountable. Obviously, he's dead,
right.
But that doesn't seem to be enough for the district attorney's office or the victims. They really wanted to have some closure on the case by having a trial, and that won't happen now. So it's an interesting set of circumstances. Supposedly, once an hour, people are being checked on when they're in individual cells, and that may or may not have happened in this case because apparently they found him about 6 in the evening, and by 1 o'clock in the morning he was dead at the Western Medical Center, probably from ingesting Ajax.
Wow.
John Patrick Dolan, thank you so much for being here. Your information is on our screen right now. If you have any questions for this legal analyst, feel free to call.
Indeed.
And